Welcome to the West Coast Conference basketball tip-off. We're going to be talking women's basketball all day long, and right now I've got St. Mary's coach Paul Thomas and Jackie Naird joining me. And welcome, guys.
Good morning.
Ready to get this thing started?
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, let's just start off. Tell me a little bit about what your team's going to look like this season.
Well, we have a very balanced team this year. We have our big three back, which is a good thing as we start, the 2013-14 season with Jackie, Danielle Malden, and Kate Gaze. Obviously, their leadership, and they've been through the grind of the whole season several times, and that's great to have.
And Jackie, having that chemistry back, a bunch of players that you've played with the last several seasons, how important is that?
It's super important. It's going to be a great year, I think, with same group of girls that are just so fun to be with and play with. So it should be really exciting this year.
And you guys made it to the Final 8 of the WNAT last year. How much does that experience really help you kind of lay the foundation for this year, Jackie?
It does a lot. I think it really brought us together as a team. We went really, farther than I think what most people expected, and it was a really great experience for us. And I think that just shows us how much further we can go this year, especially.
Coach, the West Coast Conference is a very challenging basketball conference. Gonzaga has been there every year. The last 9 years they've won the conference. How challenging is this conference? What's it like to play in this conference? It's
an absolute joy to play in the conference because you have to be prepared each and every single game. With Gonzaga at the top, I think everybody else has been doing a very good job of trying to catch up with them. And I think there's some parity and there's more each and every year. So I think it's a joy. I love the conference. This is going to be my 8th year, and it's a challenge. The travel is somewhat easy. I think the teams really enjoy each other because they all have similar likes, and so I can't say enough good things about the West Coast Conference.
What do you expect it to look like this year, Coach? I mean, how difficult will it be? What teams do you expect will really present challenges?
Well, I think with Pacific coming in, that obviously they didn't come in as a team that's starting from the bottom and are trying to climb up. I mean, I think their preseason was 5th or 4th or somewhere in there. And so I think that just adds more depth to our conference as each team is getting better and better. And I think that's one of the good things. You have to be ready to compete every Thursday and Saturday.
What about you, Jackie? What's it like? How big of a battle is it out on the court every year?
It's a battle every game. No matter what team we're playing, it's always going to be a grind, a war out there, and we're going to fight hard and play hard each game. And it's really fun, but it's always a grind, no matter who we're playing.
And you led the conference in scoring last year. What have you been working on over the summer to kind of come out on your senior year and even top that this year?
I've been trying to work on just being more consistent, I think. Working on my shots, trying to get up my field goal percentage and all that good stuff. So just trying to be more consistent, I think.
Coach, last year, offense and defense kind of in the middle, upper half of the West Coast Conference last year. What do you expect your offense to look like this year?
Well, I don't think our offense will change too much. We put a little adjustment here and there in, but we're not going to do anything drastically different. Our on-ball motion offense, we're just trying to execute the fundamentals better. And I think once you can do that, you have more opportunities for more people. And although Jackie led us in scoring, I think one of the things that her and I discussed is we need her to score points, but we need to have her get other people involved, meaning they need to get easier baskets from what she creates because she is such a all-around good offensive player. And so we've been working on that, and we're hopefully going to build upon the skills that she developed over the last how many months off and be an improvement this year.
And how nice is it to have this player sitting next to you on your team?
It's very nice. Jackie as a player has come a ways, but Jackie as a person has been phenomenal. She's just been a super person to coach, and her and I have grown together, and I think that's what college basketball is all about. That's the biggest reason, at least why I do it, is the relationship that you build with your student athletes.
And Jackie, your coach signed a contract extension this year. He's going to be around 5 extra years. What's it like playing for him?
It's awesome. He's super intense, and I like that just because I'm really intense as well. So I think we feed off each other really well, and especially, like he said, gotten a lot better over the years with feeding off each other and learning from one another. So I think it's been a great experience.
And one of your team's strengths the last year was underneath the basket on the boards. How do you coach to that, and what type of players do you have that are really in there and feisty and getting those rebounds?
Well, obviously you have to, I think it starts with your physicality, and I think if you have players that are not afraid to check somebody out and then go after the ball, that's a very good beginning. And so you recruit those players. You recruit players that are not afraid of the contact and afraid of getting bumped and banged in there. And then we just work on it every day. We emphasize it every day. Many of our competitions that we do during practice are rebounds based rather points based. So we just change the emphasis a little bit on our competition, and I think that has helped us. But Amanda, it really is. It all comes down to the players. We're sitting here because of the student athletes, and so you just get players that want to rebound and that make that a priority.
You've got a pretty tough non-conference schedule before the West Coast Conference even starts. Jackie, how much does that help you prepare for a pretty tough West Coast Conference schedule?
I mean, it's awesome, I think, just because we do get to play teams that are going to be tough, just like our games in the WCC will be. It's just, I think it's a good learning experience for everyone playing against tougher teams and getting that just exposure experience and all those things. So.
Great. And Pacific joining the conference this season. We talked about that a little bit earlier, but how do you kind of get ready for a team like that who's now in your conference, and you've seen them occasionally, they're nearby?
We've actually played Pacific, I want to say, every year. We've played them probably 5 or 6 consecutive years. So we're very familiar with one another, and we just have to, it means a little bit more now, and we're going to play them twice, so the preparation is going to be a little bit different. But they've all been very competitive games, and it's an added game and an added competition. And I think for our team and all teams to get up for that extra 2 games really is going to be interesting because we added a week now, and I'm very curious to see how all the teams respond to that.
And with that comes the addition of travel partners. We have 10 teams in the conference now. How is that dynamic going to change?
That's the best thing. We're on a regular double round robin, travel partners. I think it's one of the best things. You know where you're going each week. And you have the LMU and PEP, which has always been there. But there's no funny weeks in there. And so I think I was really, really glad when Pacific decided to join the West Coast Conference, just because of that.
Right.
Brings some continuity back.
All right, well, Coach Thomas, Jackie, thank you so much for joining me. Best of luck on your season this year, and we'll be back with more interviews shortly.